Yellowstone, Geysers, and Hot Springs by Anna Cummins. Yellowstone National Park is located in the United States. The park is primarily located in the state of Wyoming, although it extends into Montana and Idaho. When Yellowstone supervolcano erupted, the magma pocket heated up the underground water and created hot springs and geysers. When the volcanoes erupted, the ash spread about half of the United States. The supervolcano destroyed 100 miles, and the ash spread 500 miles. Hot springs are pools of hot water that have seeped to the Earth's surface to form small ponds. Much of Yellowstone is a giant volcanic crater, and hot magma, molten rock, still lies below the surface. This is a source of heat for Yellowstone hot springs and other geothermal features. The cold water from rain or snow melt, seep through the porous rock and cracks in the ground in the depth of close to 10,000 feet, where it drips and flows into rocks heated by the magma below Yellowstone Park. The water is heated to temperatures of around 400 Fahrenheit, well above boiling point of water, but it remains in a liquid state due to the pressure of the rocks above. The minerals in a hot spring makes its colors. For example, there are a lot of minerals in a hot spring, the more colors it has, like the Grand Prismatic Spring. Some of the minerals in a hot spring are calcium carbonate, chalate, or silica. A thermophile is an organism, a type of extremophile that thrives at really high temperatures between 45 and 122 degrees Celsius, 113 and 252 degrees Fahrenheit. Thermophiles are not easy to study because the extreme conditions they need to survive and are hard to provide in a laboratory. A geyser works by its natural underground plumbing system. First, a geyser needs to work because it needs heat, a plumbing system, and water. Underneath Yellowstone, there is a magma chamber that heats the rocks underground. As the water reaches the rock, it heats up and rises back to the chamber. Then the superheated water reaches the surface, the pressure drops, and the water flashes into steam as a geyser. There are several things that need to happen for a geyser to form. First, it must be located in a volcanic area. There must be a heat source and water and a plumbing system. The magma for the volcano will heat the water, which releases at a certain temperature and will expand, pushing out the water through the exit hole. There is enough space again. It will calm down and the water will begin replenishing. In Yellowstone, there are many geysers such as Old Faithful and Beehive. Geysers eruptions are a small result of superheated water below ground becoming trapped in the channels leading to the surface. As it rains, the water seeps through the crack to the hot magma under the earth. After the water gets hot enough, the steam can be seen forming and energy builds up and then boils out of a hole in the earth as an eruption. Fountain paint pots are mud pots located in the lower geyser basin in Yellowstone National Park. Fountain paint pots are named for the reds, yellows, and browns of the mud in this area. At Yellowstone National Park, hot springs and geysers have caused falling into the thermal features and fatal injuries. For example, a man was burned to death attempting to rescue a dog from a boiling hot spring. The temperatures of a hot spring or geyser depends on what type of hot spring it is, but for a geyser it depends on how hot the water underground was heated. A natural spring for a hot spring is 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37.5 degrees Celsius. A thermal spring is 36.7 degrees Celsius. Mud pots are thermal features where water-saturated sediment similar to clay, is affected by the superheated steam below. Rising steam forces a way upwards through the mud and groundwater, bursting upwards, sending showers of mud into the air as if a small explosion. The mud of a mud pot, the form of viscous, often bubbly slurry. As the boiling mud is often squirted over the brims of the mud pot, a sort of mini volcano of mud starts to build up, sometimes reaching 3 to 5 feet, although mud pots are often called mud volcanoes. Fume holes may persist for decades or centuries if they above a persistent heat source, or may disappear within weeks or months. They occur atop a freshly volcanic deposit that quickly cools. Fume holes may occur along tiny cracks or long fissures, in chaotic clusters or fields, and on long surfaces of lava flows in thick deposits. Fume holes are holes or vents which steam rushes into the air. It is like a hot spring but lacks liquid water. Either there isn't enough water or underground rock is too hot and that boils off all the water so the pool can't form. The small amount of water that doesn't seep into the area is converted to steam and expelled from the vent, often creating a hissing noise.